Hello, hello, hello. This is Gresh from the I Am CEO podcast, and I have a very special guest on the show today. I have Enelin Toneva. Enelin, excited to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Super excited to have you on, and Enelin is doing so many awesome things. So before we jump in, I want to read a little bit more about her so you can hear about some of those awesome things. And Enelin is the CEO and founder of Vivian Agency, an influencer and affiliate marketing agency. Since 2018, they have launched 40 plus affiliate programs, onboarded 8,000 affiliates, and generated over $12 million in revenue for their clients. She is a speaker and consultant on growing businesses with affiliate programs and influencer marketing. And I was reading a little bit before we hopped into this, and Enelin has done so many awesome things. She's traveled to over 40 countries while doing B2B and B2C marketing and sales for companies from different parts of the world, which I think is super awesome. But what I really love is that a lot of what she does in her experience goes beyond just the marketing piece. She's a thought leader and was kind of like an OG original person related to the remote world and how passionate she is about that, but also about women empowerment and working with women on her team, even around the globe, is something I know that's really passionate for her. So, Enelin, excited to have you on the show. You ready to speak to the IMCO community?
Yes, absolutely. Let's do it.
Let's get it started then. So, to kind of kick everything off, let's rewind the clock a little bit, hear a little bit more on how you got started, what I call your CEO story.
How it all started, my CEO story. Yeah. So in my university, already when I was studying, I was actually studying political science at the beginning, and quickly I realized that this public sector is not for me at all. And then I started in my master's. I was already more interested in marketing and private sector, so I started on taking different projects. Started to work with some freelance projects with some startups, and then I fell in love with that area, like the fast paced, fast movements in companies, smaller startups, and all that kind of lifestyle. And then I started working with marketing and also studying it. I started working as a freelancer, startups, and so on. And at the same time, I started traveling. And then, eventually, worked with a couple of bigger startups. One of them is SafetyWing. It's a Y Combinator startup in Silicon Valley. I was early team member there. And then I was focusing on affiliate and influencer marketing and really learning by doing everything. Fast forward, everything went very well. And we raised more than $50 million, and the affiliate program there is making more than $400,000 every month sales and growing.
Nice.
And that led me into consulting. And consulting is great, but you can't eventually just do everything by yourself when clients are also asking you to actually do the work, not just consult you. And then I started hiring, and fast forward today, we are a team of 10 working remotely, and we are really an agency doing influencer affiliate marketing for different kind of companies all around the world.
Nice. Oh, I definitely appreciate that. Love hearing, your journey as well too. I was listening to another one of your interviews. I think you said that you really, love that remote aspect. And I feel like you being able to kind of travel, of course, have all that great experience and success with affiliate marketing, being able to kind of marry those two into everything you're doing now is pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, definitely consider myself lucky that I was brave enough to do those
Mhm.
changes and try out the like work and lifestyle that I wanted, even before it was so popular as it is today after the COVID times that now everybody works remote. So yeah, definitely grateful for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely a trailblazer at that. And like for people that maybe aren't as familiar, could you tell us a little bit more about, affiliate marketing, what that is and how you kind of help support the clients, that you work with?
Yeah. So I work with different kind of companies all around the world. They could be a B2C, B2B businesses. They could be e-commerce projects, products or services alike. And what I do is I create from zero affiliate and influencer programs from them. And what does that mean is, for example, if your product is a water bottle, it's the first thing I see right now. Then I would come in, I would make a strategic plan how to recruit a strong army of affiliates and influencers for your company who will start promoting your water bottle in their community, and then they will earn commission on this. So affiliate influence marketing is great because you can work with all channels without having a blog, without having a huge Instagram by yourself. You can work together with the biggest bloggers, with the biggest Instagram influencers, Twitch, TikTok, YouTubers, websites, review sites, affiliate networks, you name it. There's so many possibilities, and you can grow. The growth can be really scalable with this strategy.
Nice. I love that. And as you mentioned, like one of your best successes is that 400,000 per month, which is outstanding. Do you find like a lot of the businesses and organizations when you're having those kind of maybe initial conversations, it's kind of like an untapped opportunity? Because I think so many times when we think of marketing, we think, okay, what can we do internally? But being able to kind of create win-win-win scenarios sounds like it's something a lot of times people don't really maybe even think of or are even aware of.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a lot of companies who come to me after they have been disappointed in ads. So either they have maxed out, there's like just not much happening anymore. They are like putting a lot of money into Google, a lot of money into
Mm.
Meta, and then just maxed out, and it's just like it doesn't, the ROI is not just getting, ROI is just not getting any better, and it's just like pretty much. Also, the problem is that you have to keep putting money in to get anything back. But with affiliate and influencer marketing, it's you're gonna get content, you're gonna get it multi-channel, you're gonna get relationships that's gonna last for years. You're gonna have people promoting you after one deal forever. So it's really like scalable, and yeah, companies are definitely getting more and more interested in this all the time, and especially as this influencer marketing is really booming right now.
Yeah, and I've heard the phrase kind of micro influencers as well too, because I feel like
Hmm.
these influencers or even affiliates that kind of probably go hand in hand. They built this relationship and the connection, and like you said, it could be multi-channel in the sense that wherever you built that community, it's probably where you would kind of talk about all the awesome things that you know about. So I imagine it just creates more of a reach, but not even just a reach and seeing more people, but meeting people where they are because they've already established that relationship with their community.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And it just works so much better when you just, as a normal Facebook user or Instagram user, you would just see an ad that comes to you randomly, or you're gonna see an influencer or a person that you admire, you follow, recommending something with their personal experience. It's totally different type of marketing, and it's just the effect is so much stronger.
Yeah, absolutely. And it builds those, strong ties again, because you're building upon that relationship that has already happened. So I know you mentioned a little bit
Mhm.
on like how that process works. Like what and how do clients come to you? What does those conversations look like? And how do you kind of find that solution that's best for them?
Yeah, the most important at the beginning is to put together a strategy, and while we don't like to write like I don't know, millions of pages, blah 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 documents, we are pretty efficient in that sense that we narrow down on who we want to work with, and why. So that's one pillar. For that, we analyze the market situation, we analyze your current target audience, your current paying customers, and also competitors traffic and all that good stuff, to understand that where we should be, who are the influencer and affiliates we should be working with,
Mhm.
who are most potential to bring us actually revenue and traffic. And another part is what we can offer to them. So what's the motivational package? Are we able to give them free products? How much? Is the commission structure percentage or fixed fee? Is it lifetime or one time? All those kind of, can we give discounts for their audience or do giveaways and whatnot? So the motivational package is a second important thing. And then the third thing, what we expect from them. So if we are working with micro influencers and we send them a product that maybe costs $10, or maybe we send them a product that costs close to $1,000. I have clients with very different average order values. Then what do we expect in each case back from them? And those are the main important things to have it set. After we analyze everything, what is going on with this company, market target, and everything, and we are able to, once we have already a good strategy, then after that we are able to start lead generation, and we put together CRM, full outreach email sequence. We start reaching out to people. We start negotiating with influencers, onboarding them, making sure that the content comes out, is good quality, and nurturing the current leads while doing giveaways, campaign, and whatnot. And at the same time, continuing to grow the network in multi-channel and testing different ideas and different sizes of influencers, different niches and everything.
Nice. I appreciate you so much in breaking down like, that process because I think so many times when you think, okay, I have a product or service, it's like, okay, this person has 10,000 followers. Can they go promote it? But I think forgetting about the strategy, the analysis, just all those things, I imagine just increases that likelihood of success when you're talking about reaching out to people. But also, as you said so well, when you start to figure out how you're going to nurture them, what type of messages and all those things, when you can look at that strategically, I imagine it increases your likelihood of success.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. It's the
Awesome,
way to
awesome.
go.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, what would you consider to be what I would like to call your secret sauce? This could be for yourself, the business, or a combination of both. But what do you feel kind of sets you apart and makes you unique?
Well, we have really good case studies and we have really good work processes.
Mhm.
And so we are really efficient and we use a bunch of tools. Also, we actually invest close to $4,000 every month into our tools we use
Nice.
to make our work professional, efficient, fast, and to make sure that we are really offering high quality work for our clients. It's everything from lead gen to outreach. We always want to make sure that we don't do any, so to say, stupid work, but we focus on our the hours that we sell to our clients, that it's high quality,
Mhm.
and everything that can automate, it can be automated. We do that. We invest into databases to have access to best possible leads out there, influencers and affiliates out there. And I think what is also important is that after we have done that so many times, we have just mastered it. So compared if you just start doing it by yourself, it can be very hard. For us, we have a set system. If we have a new client coming, we have a kickoff call. We know exactly what we're gonna do the next 2 months. There's pretty much no surprises because we know how much it takes to set up. We know what we have to decide on. We know we have to talk with the client, what are exact things we need to create, and so on, and how much the setup works. We know all the tools. We have worked with more than 15 different affiliate management softwares out there. So it's just like goes fast because of experience, and there's less room for error.
Yeah, I appreciate you sharing that because I'm just thinking like when you had that first like affiliate opportunity, I don't know the amount of time that's passed from there to where you are now, but I think so many times people see that you're having so much success, so doing so many things, they're just like, okay, well, let me open up my my affiliates for dummies book or whatever it might be, and let me try to do this, and realize don't realize the amount of time and experience that you put in, and not even just the work that you've done with clients, but also the systems, the processes, the flows, the awareness that you have. And I think a lot of times we don't realize like how much time you actually put into to have the success that you've had.
Yeah, sometimes I have clients who I talk first and then they disappear for a couple of months and then
And they
like,
come back.
okay, I can't do it. It's like I tried all the tools you told me because I'm really open about it. I'm like, yeah, we would use this with this, that, that, we would use that, blah, blah. And then they're like taking notes and trying to do it by themselves and they're like, God damn it, it's so much work. I'm like, yep, I know. And
Yeah.
and then we sign up. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so funny that you say that. You find that so many times, in really all experiences when somebody has developed and created a lot of time towards their craft and they're really great at what they do. Often they make it look easy, and even when they're talking about it, it's easy, but the execution is not easy because they've put in the time. And it sounds like you've had that experience, and a lot of times when you even kind of give away the quote unquote tools or the secret sauce or whatever it is, it's the execution that really kind of sets you apart. It sounds like.
Yeah, definitely. Structures definitely have a good team.
Mhm.
We have really well trained team. Team has been with us for a while, and everybody are really has really strong and good work ethics. Very good on deadlines and things. Things just work out better in that way.
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely love that. So I wanted to switch gears a little bit, and I wanted to ask you for what I call a CEO hack. So this could be like an app, a book, or even a habit that you have. But what's something you feel like makes you more effective and efficient?
Well, yeah. One thing is definitely you have to know your strengths,
Mm,
and there's like things I like to do and I'm really good at, and things I really suck at. And what I'm good at is creating systems, spotting problems, solving problems. Eventually, like the last steps of hiring, like making that decision, negotiation, sales. Okay, but I'm not the person who really likes to do like one-on-ones or team building events or or these kind of things, which I think is really important for having actually a good team and thinking about those benefits and those kind of things so you would have team for the long time. So I really early on already hired HR, my right hand,
mm.
for me because I was like, I just can't do it and I don't like it. And after, like, definitely it gives like much more happiness and strength to the team and teamwork and everything. So yeah, just know like what you like, what you don't, what you're good at, what you aren't. Be really honest about it, and that's fine. Nobody says that you have to do everything. Yes, maybe at the beginning, fine. If you're a solopreneur, you're gonna start off by yourself, but you will be able to move on much faster if you are able to identify those strengths and weaknesses and just outsource the weaknesses.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. And I feel like it even speaks to like the ego. I think so many times, like you said, even though you know about all the things and you feel like you can even do all the things, doesn't mean you should do all the things. And I think once we find
Mm-hmm.
out what our superpowers, our secret sauces are, the race that we should be running, and we can lean more and put more time and invest more into that, not only does it usually pay better dividends and better results, it also, we end up being happier as well, too, because we're not doing things that are outside
Yeah.
our zone.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. And everybody are happy, more happy,
Yeah.
team members as well. So yeah, you can take care of absolutely everything. And especially when you want to do it really good, and it's good to ask help.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. So, what would you consider to be a little bit more CEO nugget? Could be a word of wisdom or piece of advice. It might be something I like to say you would tell your younger business self if you were to hop into a time machine, or potentially you might tell your favorite client.
Yeah. So I would say that it's okay to be. I think that I was sometimes debating like should I do the things like everybody does, or should I be that stubborn, or should I trust my gut? The answer is yes. Yes, you should. You have not much to lose, and especially when you're starting out, you're just starting out, and you can test different approaches and so on. And when I started, like, it is a little bit like now it's, yeah, maybe more like people are more open about remote work and everything, but like I took it very serious immediately. Like there's ever gonna be offices. Most probably I'll never see my team, and that's fine,
Mhm.
and that works for everyone, and that's how it is. Yes, it's odd, but I don't care. We have women own a company. That's also odd, but that's what I have decided. And I
Mhm.
like it. And everybody loves it. We have a lot of actually ladies who have said that they joined the team because they really like it.
Nice.
Because we have girls power.
There you go.
And yeah, and it really works. And everybody are really great professions and everything, but they feel that there's like this kind of like equality and this the strength and everything, and they have so many good opportunities. Like constantly we actually hire mostly on marketing assistants, and then we assume that in a year or in a two at least they become project managers. So we
Mhm.
always like assume that and everything, so they feel very valued. And also, yeah, I would pay, like I'm paying everybody equal, even though like somebody is in a country that is way, yeah, their like cost of living is way less than
Mhm.
others and so on. So all these rules, I mean, it's if you, yeah, you should do your own rules and play your own game, because that's why you are the CEO, right? That's why you
Mhm.
started the company, to do that. So go crazy and do whatever feels right to you, what's in with your values. And it's because it's not for nobody else. It's just for you and what you want to build. And you have to feel like authentic with that, what you are building.
Yeah, I appreciate you sharing that, and I'm curious, like, you mentioned the word kind of being, having, I guess I don't know if you said boldness or just being brave enough to kind of take those actions. And sometimes when we see people are doing things a certain way, we can say, "Oh, in order for us to succeed, we have to emulate them. We have to play their game, in order to succeed." Like, was there a time or was there moments that you said that, "Yeah, I see that, but I still know who I am. I know what I want to create, and I'm going to stay true to that." Was there like an inflection point or something that happened that made you do that?
Yeah, definitely. Like sometimes I get like clients who request us to do like cold outreach, and they like mass outreach. They want to like reach out like 500 influencers per week and do this like massive product seeding and stuff like that. And I'm hardline no. Like we just don't do spamming. It's not
Mm,
our interest. It is not the quality work. It's not interesting for my team.
right.
It's just you get a lot of just like your everything is just pile of trash, and then you just have to handpick the good ones out of there. But we rather do the quality lead gen already, 50 to 100 quality leads every week to our clients, and we have much more personal connection with ambassadors, and they're much more successful, and clients are more successful, and we don't have any kind of like email errors and spamming and just like, yeah. So quality over quantity.
Mhm.
And if client says that that's what they want, that they for them it's a numbers game to onboard affiliates to do sales, blah blah blah. I said no, that's not just us. That's not what we do. Then also we had some clients who have felt that if like the culture match or some kind of like attitude hasn't been that towards my team so well, then definitely known as a mama bear, definitely. And I'm easily able to fire clients as well, if I felt that or if my team has felt that the client has like crossed the border, asked too much, work on the weekend, at night, everything is urgent or it's not, and just disrespected the space agreement or being rude, then absolutely no. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that you created that culture, and then I think a really good sign of a mama bear is the baby bears, is that the bears also have that empowerment as well too, and to be able to say that, hey, this is happening. Because so many times you can feel like if you don't have that culture or that safety or
Mm,
security, you could feel like, I don't know if I should say this, because this might come back on me in a bad way. But I feel like you creating
mm,
that culture, it not only empowered you, obviously, and make sure you get the right people that you're looking for, but also it starts to empower, I imagine, the other people on the team as well, if not
mm.
more.
Yeah, actually, that was one. It's not that it happens often, but it does happen once or max twice per year over the last 3 years. So it has
Mhm.
happened a couple of times. But one time, like client said that he was like literally started yelling in the meeting because he thought that the timeline was different, expected something earlier than we had agreed, and he had fasted for 3 days. I'm like,
Ah.
dude, have a snack. but but eventually it was just so ridiculous. But then like for me it was so obvious that people can tell me that in one point when the girl thanked me for that, said that like, oh,
Mm.
I'm so grateful that I could tell you that, I was like, oh, like for me, it's so obvious that like I didn't even had a thought
Right.
that it could be different. And then I realized like, oh wow, yeah, in some places, yeah, they could see like, oh, like they're not handling the client communication well or something. So yeah, definitely. And then I have my HR to remind me those things, that these are the things we also have to tell them on onboarding so
Mm,
that they know it. Because for me, I wouldn't even think about saying it because it's obvious to me.
right.
So those kind of funny things.
Yeah, well, that goes back to you talking about the processes and the systems, making sure that you have really strong people as well too, on the team to remind you of those things. But again, being able to kind of, say that, have that in the quote unquote handbook, but actually execute that is sometimes two different things. So I love the consistency, the alignment of everything that you're doing, because I think at the end of the day, like as you said so well and alluded to, it gives you the opportunity to provide more quality to the clients that do align with what you are and what you all are trying to do and accomplish.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So I wanted to ask you now my absolute favorite question, which is the definition of what it means to be a CEO. And our goal is to have different quote unquote CEOs on this show. So Mama Bear and Elaine, what does being a CEO mean to you?
Well, for me, it's to provide opportunities for team members to do their best job. I think it's what I should be doing. So, um, and it's very interesting. Like when you grow from like just being by yourself, a freelancer, couple team members, and then you have 10 plus team members, and then how you as a person, as CEO, also transform from doing everything and then learning yourself to let go.
Mm,
But I think that should be always the ultimate goal, that to be the CEO, you should be focusing on mission, vision, bigger picture, and eventually your job should be just to make sure that the people have work, you have the team members, and they all can work well in a synergy, and let them be the best versions of themselves and let them grow and do their stuff. So I think that's the role of the CEO. Yeah, in a
yeah,
nutshell.
I love that definition, and especially because it alludes to that journey as well too. Because I think so many times when you start bringing on people, it doesn't necessarily mean that you've let go of the reins or you feel like you've even
Hmm.
empowered people to be their best self. But I think, and it sounds like you had a really great kind of awareness around where you wanted to take the organization. So you understood this is my superpower. This is what I should be doing. So as much as possible as I could spend time there and get somebody that can execute, on a great level, then that's only going to help out the organization as a whole.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, absolutely.
Awesome, awesome,
Yeah,
awesome.
CEOs should definitely take time to think like what they want to do with it, and also work like where it goes, and have this kind of like visionary view on things, and then just focus more also on working, not working in the company but for the company, right? So you have to like think how things should be working or eventually, and then everything, so you are not you shouldn't be actually employed by yourself.
Mhm.
What actually happens a lot often, I think, in small companies, especially. But yeah, like what is the best thing you can do for everybody else is definitely not you doing daily tasks or micromanagement.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it just takes you out of your superpower, your zone of genius, the thing that you should do best. And instead of working, on the business, we end up working in the business and we're stuck kind of checking off
Hmm.
lists, doing emails, all those things that aren't necessarily moving the vision and the mission and all the things that we've kind of set the organization up to do.
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, truly appreciate that definition and, of course, appreciate your time even more. So, what I want to do now was pass you the mic, so to speak, just to see if there's anything additional that you can let our readers and listeners know. And, of course, how best people can get a hold of you, find about all the awesome things you and your team are working on.
Yeah, if you have any kind of questions, then you can always reach out to me in LinkedIn. Just shoot me a request there. Sometimes people like to write me after podcast, and I always write you back. So if you have any kind of thoughts you want to discuss, or collaboration, or are interested in affiliate and influencer marketing, or just struggling with SEO life, then shoot me a message. I can also recommend couple of like I'm part of like a couple of masterminds and things like Dynamic Circle and so on, which I also have felt that has for me as a CEO has been really empowering and important to be surrounded by other CEOs as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I say so often that that our environment can determine our altitude, how high we go, and
Hmm.
how far we go. So I imagine being able to kind of tap into those masterminds is absolutely huge. So of course we'll have the links and information in the show notes. Quick one additional question for people that are thinking about affiliates or not sure where to go or what to do. Is there a best type of business or stage of business or anywhere when somebody's thinking about affiliate that they should consider?
Yeah, very good question. I would say it's a good second channel. I wouldn't say it's a good first channel. If you are just starting off, if you're launching your business, you first need to have like a proper MVP. You should have couple hundred first happy customers and reviews. Otherwise, it's very hard for us to convince an influencer and an affiliate that people love this product. It's proven, it works. When you don't have customers yet, they will not. It's very hard that they would take the risk to recommend it when they're actually being, the first ones trying it. So that's why it's always better to have it as a second channel than when you already feel that, yeah, I have figured things out and I'm ready to scale.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I truly appreciate that, Enelin. And what we'll do, like I mentioned, we'll have the links and information, the show notes. And like I said so well, and I appreciate you so much for your time, your expertise, your knowledge, all the awesome things that you're doing. But I think the thing that kind of stuck out to me is what you kind of left us with is that somewhat I think the quote is that in order to see farther, we stand on the shoulders of giants. And I think I appreciate you for being the giant for us today and helping us to see like what we should do, what we shouldn't do, or at the very least, who to call. So thank you so much for doing that, my friend. And I hope you have a phenomenal rest of the day.
Thank you.